All right. Good morning and welcome to the road to better chess. Let's get that Zen mode going. We are playing to improve, we're playing to learn, and maybe along the way we will pick up a few rating points. E4, we're black, we're going to go C5, playing to the Sicilian. Let's have a look and see what this game turns out to be. Did we not just face this yesterday? This is literally what the last game was. This is the Staunton Cochrane variation. I kept saying Gambit in the last video. It's not Gambit. Wow, okay. Um, so let's see. It's knight f3 or knight c3. Okay, so f3 can transpose into the Marazzi bind if we go g6 directly. So we're going to go e6 first. And then if we go knight f6 and g6, then we're kind of okay. Let me just double check here if I go knight f6 in this position. I think so, because now if we transpose, then I have bishop b4, and I'm hitting this pawn, and if you take here, I take back, and it's still supposed to be good for me. If you go here, then this pawn is just hanging. Alright, so I think knight f6 in this position is the move. Yeah, because we need to have that in case our opponent plays. And I think if they just play like their bishop up to e2 or something, I think we could even break. I might be mistaken, but I have a feeling that's part of it. And if they push e5, we can jump on like back or forward. Back might be the... Sorry, it's going to be like this. Oh, okay, so they've just played it right now. Oh my goodness! Alright, we just blundered a piece by accidentally clicking too much. Oh no! And our pawn structure makes no sense. Oh, okay. Wow, I just wanna cancel the game now. Can I ask for a take back? Oh no, I disabled it on my account. Oh. Alright, we're playing with night arts basically. That was really silly. Oh, that was just so stupid. Um, Now we can't even play d5 because we don't have a knight. Oh my goodness. Alright, we're gonna have to make some... We're gonna have to make something happen here. Okay, the best I can think of is to try to do opposite side castling and just throw our pieces at our opponent. Okay. Oh man, that'll teach me to be like right-clicking a bunch. Whoa, man, that is frustrating. Yeah, opening up there. The Oscar Bishop. So if I push now, they can get an in between here, hitting me. Um, which isn't the end of the world. We could move out of the way. That actually would be bad because then I'm hitting their knight and their dark square bishop. So I think actually I go ahead with pushing first. That also allows us to get the d4 square. I mean we're free rolling. Yeah, you can't jump your knight anywhere here. You have to jump your knight back. And after that my pawn will be hanging, so I have to play my h-pawn up to protect it. Oh, okay, unexpected. Okay, so you're going to... You're on the way to e4. Can't really stop you from getting there. Oh, I could get out of the way and then up, but you're also hitting my pawn, which is not the best. If this bishop moves, yeah, I think I just have to play up here, and then after you hit me, I have to get out of the way. Alright. We're over the emotions. It sucks. Tough, tough stuff. I don't want to play with move confirmation in this series. So I just gotta learn to be a bit more disciplined with my mouse and the touchpad in case. As it stands, we have now transitioned into just an insane game. This is clearly your move, yeah? I don't want to play bishop h6 here, because after you hit I move, you can just trade off. And then also this pawn is hanging. Okay, I can get your light square bishop if it matters. Maybe I should just move my queen out of the way and get my other pawn going. Yeah, my dark square bishop's still taking care of this. I want to get the other pawns going. Yeah, both my bishops are keeping my pawns safe, which is kind of important. I'm going to try castle queenside. So let me just get out of the danger zone here. And then I've got f once, and then I actually have f twice. And knight's going to have to jump all the way back. And I could actually push. If I have f5, I could push h4. They have to take, because if I take, well, I guess they could take that way. Okay, here comes the dark square bishop. So I think black is now, white is now okay. Can I win an insane amount of tempi against them somehow here? Get one, up, hit, up, but there's nothing protecting that square again, unfortunately. Hit them once, hit them a second time, and then here, what if I jump there and they take my, then I hit that knight, it probably comes over here, it might come over there. I need something protecting this square. I could castle, and then just start throwing. The problem is if I do this, if I go here now, you have to either protect this knight or you have to jump it out of the way. I take, you take back, or you probably take here first actually, because it's with check. I have to come up. You might trade off my light square bishop, then you take here. Yeah, this is kind of an insane situation. I can go here, and then if they move their queen out, shit. It's not ideal. Maybe I double attack this knight here and then I go here. I think this might be my better continuation. So keeping defense of the d6 pawn and now double hitting this knight, you have to jump it back. And then I can get a tempo on you once. You have to jump back there. And then actually if you try to put your queen out, I can hit your queen, and after you move, you either have to block up your king's castling square, if you have to move out somewhere, hit you again something, and then I can win this pawn. Okay, defending, saying that they do not want to let go of this knight in this position. I mean, I can just force you to jump though. You go here. Then I can hit you. I can hit your pawn here. So that after I move, take, take, take. If I get my queen in here, does it help me much? This pawn is now still attacked, but only once. Take with the pawn. I mean, I think it's this. It could be castle and then actually. I could also do something like this. What are they going to do? They could castle. Then I hit you once. Then I go there once you've moved. I'm protecting my pawn still. Before I take with your... Then I have to castle and bring my other rook up and try and make something happen. I kind of don't want him to castle. Alright. If I take once, don't feel like it really helps. I can kick your bishop away, but this still doesn't look like it's any good giving that square away. Yeah, I'm also I need to castle if I'm going to do this, so maybe this is actually the move, letting them castle, and then I castle. Maybe I kick the knight first. Just make it uncomfortable for them. Maybe I kick the knight first. I'm still protecting this pawn very importantly, because these are all now semi-pushed, right? So I kind of want to make them not comfortable to castle. That's my main plan here. Now I also have that square. If I go here and they move their queen back over to protect it, if I do this and they castle, I guess I do want to try this, but then once they move back, I don't actually know what I'm doing. Unless this is the move now. They castle, I take once. They probably take back with the F pawn. I come over here attacking it again. My bishops are not set up to fight down the long diagonal. So I actually then need to do this. That might be the way to go here. Up here, then jump. Then I can castle as well. Unless I just do this. That might be the way to go. Then I have this move as well. Yeah, okay. This is kind of insane. Alright, after this move though, that actually doesn't matter so much. Oh, well, you're double attacking this pawn, I guess. And you're also threatening this, so that's actually a bit of a bad one for me. Yes. Okay, can I defend this pawn again? I can also just give up the exchange, but that seems rather terrible. So I either castle now and lose a pawn. Although, I mean, in my position, losing a pawn kind of means nothing. I don't specifically care. Well, take here up. Then this pawn is going to be weak after they jump back. So I have to protect it again. And then here, that might be the way to go. I mean, I could even let them take and then just attack the knight again. And then just, how about this hangs. All right, let's continue. Let's do this. All right, so they're losing some knights. I'm losing a pawn and a dark squared bishop in this situation. They're going to take in some way. But then I've got this pawn structure. I've got my bishop coming out on the light squares, and I've got pressure down the d file. So I'm playing against like a bad a rook, basically. Oh. Yeah, here they go. So I'm going to take. I'm going to attack you again. There's like an in-between move here, but like that just walks into this. It's not worthwhile. None of these other jumps make any sense. So you're either jumping with check, or you're just jumping back. I'm actually happier with this, to be honest, because now I can play here. I can also do this, but I think that's not really the plan. I think I want to keep this open for my kind of attack. Yeah, so defending that. And then out comes my knight, and out comes my light square bishop. And with this, I'm also putting extra pressure on that square, that square. Depending on what's down this file, I could take the pawn. Oops, maybe not. Ooh, double attack. That doesn't matter though, because I am jumping my knight here anyway. That was kind of the point. I could also do this, but there's no check, unfortunately. So they take, and then I can like discover on their queen, but it doesn't quite work. I could do this as well, but that's not... I'm not trying to move additional. They come at me here. Oh, my king is a little bit open in that case. Maybe I jump and check him once. Oh, hang on. If they come at me here, this knight hangs actually, and then this is also hanging, so that's pretty good for me. Let's go. So this is the plan here. We got some pressure. We got some pressure. I'm kind of happy to trade off in this way, because if they then castle here, then clearly that's not good. In this case, now I have to make a new plan, I guess. I can now hit that knight, make it jump back, if that matters. I could also just do this. So it looks like I'll be able to win a pawn here at least. So they've got an extra bishop in this situation. It's gone from a knight down to a bishop down. Ooh, I'm not a fan of what I'm just seeing here. Can I protect this again in any way that matters? Not really. I think I have to step out. They take, I take, queen takes, and then they've got this square for their knight. Oh, but I can chop off the knight. Maybe I chop off the knight first. Chop knight, they chop, I chop, they chop here, but then they can take back with their queen here. I'm just down a bishop. Yeah, there's not much to do here. I can block, but then I just lose the... Oh, okay, hang on. That's not actually so bad because here, at least we're trading. So I'm a piece and an exchange down. They have to run their story around, but my knight's still stuck. Alright, I'm going to step out of the way. And I think on them taking... I'm actually going to take their knight first. I think this is my best move, because if their queen comes in here, then I just don't really have too many ways to fight this situation. The queen can kind of come like push me around. I'm hitting this. They're hitting both of these after they take as well. Oh, I was gonna say, I just realized I had this actually, which would have been good, but unfortunately not in the right move. They got 3 defenders, I got 3 attackers, so it's not gonna work. Take, 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 take. So I'm gonna trade off these guys, or something like it. And their queen can come in. I can move one out of the way, and after they take, I can take, and then I can take a pawn here though. And no, hang on, it's gonna hang. I can hit their king just for the fun of it. I mean, they can do this, but that would be silly. They're probably just going to move their king to b1. They've been playing fairly well. I'm assuming that's what they would do. They're also double attacking my rook, I just realized. So I might need to defend it. Oh, actually, maybe I do this first, and if they take here, then I check. And I take, then they take. Kind of need to, actually, don't I? Alright, let's go for this. Ay, 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 ay. Gotta play though, gotta try. So they're looking at this, right? So which way to do this first, or here? Okay, they're not gonna stand around for all of this. Um, hmm, yeah. If I move this up, breaking the chain, they take, I take, then they take the pawn. That might actually be okay, because then I can sack here, and their leftover rook is sitting in the corner. I can take, they go further back. I can't mate them, unfortunately. Maybe I can start moving some pawns out. I don't know. Ah, this is just absolutely terrible. Um, yeah, wait, what was I thinking? I was thinking to get out of this pin, I guess. Nothing on that check that matters. Yeah, okay. Down an insane amount of time. Take the bishop. Need to take the bishop. At least I have this square covered right now. I can come in and hit that pawn. Their queen has 1 entry point. Okay, they're actually just going to come in with their... Go here, then they check my king. My king has to kind of like run away. Although I think it's actually not too incredibly unsafe here, because I can do this, I guess. I don't know. Okay, I can get a check in here if it matters. Kind of doesn't. Okay, let's just go for it. Hit this weak pawn. Still have this check, but doesn't really matter. I also have this now, just kind of crunching down on the centers. Yeah, okay, now I'm just going to close up so the queen doesn't have anywhere to come into, which is important. I've got both. So actually, now I have a knight that can come here. I also have this. If they take, we're opening up their king a little bit more, I guess. Win or lose a piece. Trying to keep their queen from coming in, you know. Here, they're eventually going to break, though. They are almost certainly going to break. Yeah, here they come. That's a square for you, I guess. If I push here, they come at me here. That's not so good. And then they can... Gonna go for it. Options are limited. Options are very limited. I'd love to get it on this diagonal now, but tricky. I'm expecting this. I'm gonna run away. Try not to give in yet. Also hitting this pawn. I mean, this isn't the worst for them. It's not like they're losing much of anything. Oh, interesting. Okay. Not sure what to make of that. Just gonna come here if you come forward. If you take, I can take with my rook. This is our move. And if they run away with their queen, we just take. Take stuff. Unexpected, to be sure. Okay, take. This unfortunately gives a check here as well. Not the best for us. Now I'm gonna have to run back here. Okay. We still have this square for a few moments to get away with. We also have this, which I think might actually... Oh wow, actually this might be good enough here. That might actually get us back into the game. That might get us back into the game. What kind of weird move would they have to do for us to have this? Basically, don't stop this. Don't play your pawn up. Don't move your rook out of the way. Shit. Okay, take, check. And there's just nothing there. Alright, let's step out of the way first. I can also come here, which this check actually, so that might be a next way to try and make something happen here. Oh man, if that rook didn't move, I think I actually had a way to equalize. Oi, oi, oi. They can come and hit my queen. I can take a pawn with check though, which would be very good at this point in the game. That bishop would be in trouble. They'd have to move down. Okay, hang on, now we have it, Take. Here. Okay, now we have it. Nice. Alright, it's with check obviously, so I gotta make sure. Oh no, my king's in the... Oh, my king's pinned. This is not... Oh, okay, thank goodness. Alright, white gives us a break. Very important. Hitting that rook at the same time. The king has to go back here or they have to block. We're back in the game. Oh my goodness. We're back in the game. That was a mistake. They should have just stepped out of the way. My rook couldn't move. Couldn't take it. Take here. Alright, and it's 3-2 on both sides of the board. If they force a trade now... Oh man, I have no time to figure out the end game. I can't move anything on the king side. Yeah, I have to take now. It's all gonna be this side. Alright, so I have to come up. And I have to just try break through in some way or another. They can break here. So, okay, I have to come up here now. If I can, I need to get my king close. I might still just be losing, but... although, I might be able to catch that pawn. If I go here, and they step away, then I'm coming up. If not, I'm going sideways, and then I can run. Okay, so this is what we're doing. Alright, we're in a pawn endgame. Somehow we got to get to an equalish position. I mean, it could be lost. I don't know. It's difficult to tell. Oh, hang on. I just realized these pawns can't move because I... Ooh, hang on. I think we might be winning. Okay, okay. These pawns can't move because I take, and then my pawn is running before theirs. Alright, this is very good for us. Oh, wow. Okay. But we have to win on this side of the board, which I don't know if that's possible, but we're going to try. We're going to try. We're going to try to... If we can liquidate all of this and be the first one over to the left, we might win. They can't move this pawn. They can move this pawn. Then I'll just move slowly. If they're in a zugzwang position where they can't move their king forward and they move back, I'm going to come in. So it's this or this or this, depending on what's happening. If they move any pawn there, we take and we start running. So if they move here, for instance, we take, they have started running their king back because it's gonna queen. In which case, do we do this first, I guess? Because, I mean, after they move the one pawn, the other two are going to go. So they can move this pawn. Yeah, okay, okay, this is good for us. Up they come, we take. Yeah, this is good, this is good. Insane. Alright, we just have to make sure we can't play a5 here. Because they... Okay, hang on, this is it, I think. So we push, they take, we take. And they start running in. And we take. And then we push. Oh, but we have to get there so much faster. We could always just push, move over, and they're kind of stuck. Okay, I'm gonna move over so they're kind of stuck first. If they move back, push here, they come down, I come down again. They come in, I come in again, they come in. Oh no, I don't like that at all. No, I'm not, there's no way I'm drawing this. Here, take, I mean, I think if I come in here, I might win actually. Because there's no way they can clean up the queen side faster than I can clean up the king side. And if they move back, we're just continuing our break on the queen side actually. So yeah, so if you run for it, I think yeah, okay, if you do this, I continue, and I'm gonna make a pass on that side of the board. Goodness me. And for some reason I'm thinking of a queen, like I can go and check. Alright, okay, this is great for us. Because you got nothing with your queen and the king in the back there. We're going to create a passer here now. You're going to have to run your king over to get our pawn because it's going to be the only one left. And then we're just going to quickly collect here and clean up. The only thing we have to be careful about is if we collect this h pawn, that they don't have their king like sitting over here because then we can't take the g1. Yeah, so none of this works. If you push this one, that was amazing. Okay, not what we wanted to do. That was so silly. Okay, not what we wanted to do, but wow. All right. Okay, so much for using the theory that I studied for the last game. Goodness me. Let's go back and have a look quickly. Um, yeah, okay, silliness. So this is called the Staunton Cochrane Gambit variation. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Staunton, I think I'm okay on. Cochrane. No idea. My plan here. Okay, so the previous game, my opponent played knight c3, and that's not the main line, because then I can play g6 and get a dark square bishop out, because they don't have the d4 open Sicilian break. If they play knight f3 though, and I play g6, then they can break open Sicilian style, and they have a Marazzi bind. So in this case, you play e6 first. So if they break now, so here, if they break now, take, then I pin the backwards, and I'm backwards knight. I'm hitting this pawn in the front. I'm also hitting this knight, and I'm not clear on the theory, but this actually is better for black. This is a worse Marazzi bind position, but I'm not 100% on why and how to do. I do know I take with the b pawn if they decide to take my knight, and I actually think I play for like d6 e5 in that position. So I don't think it's like you win a piece or something, but my understanding was this is better. In this position, the move I was considering, because this pawn is underprotected, is to play knight g5, g4, hitting the pawn twice. You can't defend it with your d pawn because I've got c5, so I'll just take the pawn, and then you don't have defense again. Although that does allow you to bring your dark squared bishop out, which means that I might have to put my knight on h3 eventually, right? So if I do this, if you come in with your, sorry, if you come in with your queen, then I go to queen c7 with my queen, and if you try and like push me away, I just go a bit further back. I've got control of this, my dark square bishop. I still have control of this pawn. You can't defend it. And again, if you push here, actually in that case, don't know. No, I guess in that case still I would just take like this, and then after you bring out your dark square bishop, I'd have to figure out probably the options would be I'd end up with knight h6, and you could trade off your dark square bishop for it, which is a position that's playable. Your your king feels a little bit open, but it's actually not that bad. You actually get a lot of control of the squares around your king because you've got a dark square bishop here, hopefully. These are the ones that you're really controlling, though, obviously, the squares. Um, or I could play h5 first, and then if you hit my knight, bring it back so I can take back with my rook, and I'm also heading to the f5 square. However, like an absolute silly person, I'm playing around with my mouse, and here I play d6 because I'm trying to draw arrows to explain that if you don't play e5, I think I can break with d5 here. Oh, I just get like goosebump sadness just thinking about what I just did. Okay, so I drop a piece for a pawn, and in this kind of position, my thinking is that if we play normally, I'm lost. If I like let my opponent develop and finish development and castle and I do the same, I'm just down a piece. There's no way I can get this back, I think. So I'm trying to play aggressively. I didn't want to play h5 first because maybe they play h4 and then this doesn't work. So I played g4 directly. Now h4 doesn't work, and if you play h5, I'm happy to actually play h4 on that because I can take back with the rook, and if you protect it, I can open up the file and actually win your rook. So yeah, here they protect it, and I decide to push the knight. If you're silly enough to hit my queen, then actually both your pieces are attacked, but they jumped their knight there, which I didn't really expect. Now my pawn is attacked, so I defend it, and I want to move my f-pawn. I'm pushing up here, I'm pushing up. I want to move my f-pawn. I actually want to move my dark square bishop as well, but then this pawn is weak, so I don't know if that's going to work very well. So come out, dark square bishop comes out. White realizes that they might have to castle queenside. I'm trying to find ways to delay that. So here they go. They're defending the knight properly here, and I kind of made a mistake. I didn't realize that they would have this. If that was the case, actually what I might have done is I might have just played um, my bishop up first, so that if you do this, I can castle, and if you then jump in, then actually I can move up my e pawn, which I kind of did feel like doing at some point, and now my queen would be helping to defend as well. All right, but I didn't do that, and I missed the fact that I'm dropping 3 pawn. The other point is I can castle this way, but it doesn't help my king to sit here with the f file that I'm not so sure about, and I thought the d file, if I'm going to have rooks running around on this side of the board, it felt better than this, because I didn't believe in the f file really opening up very well. They've got a lot of protection for that. So I castle this way, and I drop my pawn and protect it, and I didn't see this actually coming, but we're still actually doing what I wanted to do, which is nice. And here they castled, but they could have actually already played this pin. So actually, silly on my part, I didn't see the pin. I could have moved out of it here. They could have checked. Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm just supposed to move here then. I'm not sure. Just move somewhere, and if you check me, that doesn't really do much of anything. So I guess I could just move further out of the way. Although your queen might start trying to come in here. Oh, but I'd have this. I'd have this. That'd be okay. But anyway, the position's obviously not great. Get out of the way, and here I decide to take the knight first. My worry is that if I take, and they take with the queen, and then I take, they'll take with their queen. And if I trade queens, I'm just lost. Once again, if you go into an endgame and you drop your queen, then your chances of making something happen just diminish dramatically because queens complicate. Queens complicate. Playing the strange opening I've now played, being so aggressive, complicates, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for complications. So I can find some trick or something. All right, so I take, they take. I didn't realize actually that this is going to be double attacked and that it's going to be forking my rooks, but you know what to do. is I take their rook, I take their rook, and actually that at least displaces their rook. So on the A file, nothing's happening. You don't want your rook to be there. So I move this way so that you can't take that rook twice and so that you leave me with an active rook on the D file. I mean, they're still completely winning, right? They bring back, and here, yeah, I hit that pawn. Yeah, I guess it's good to bring the rook out to defend here, because they might want to move their queen rather. Here, I mean, I don't know if it's too much to ask for, but if you do this and I take, then you could pin that pawn to my queen. What would I do then? Maybe I would come in this way. Just try and take some other stuff over here. Anyway, I liked e5 a lot, because they had queen check over here, and I wasn't really sure exactly what I would do. I'd love to block with my rook, but there's nothing protecting it, so I was very happy to get this move in as well. I think white is focusing a little bit less because they know they're clearly winning. This stops the queen from coming in. It gives me very good control of the d4 square. Now they can come in here, here maybe. This felt like a silly move, but I thought that I need to break open the position with the king where it is. Put my rook there. I just don't know what to do. It's not because I know I have a great plan here. But obviously also if they take, I can take back with my rook, hitting the queen. King up, and I take once and I step out of the way, no trading queens. And they have a check now, obviously, here, which is not fun for me. And I would have to move out of the way. And then they could, I don't know, put the bishop away or bring it back. But they decide to move their rook, because I realized here, actually, I have what I ended up playing in the game. Uh, and in this case, yeah, I mean, I don't want their queen to come in and force a trade of queens, right? So I got to get my king away from a checkable position. But unfortunately, in this position, actually, I need to move my king again because it doesn't work. So I take here, and all they have to do is just move their king out of the way. I want a pawn, but I'm losing my rook for a pawn and a bishop. Move your queen. You move your king out of the way. I can't move my knight. Ach, my rook. What am I saying? My rook can't move, so I don't know. I make some random move with my queen. Then you take my rook, and I take. Or you can just keep on piling up on it. You could put everything you have on it because it's pinned. But thankfully, white's not paying proper attention, and they take back with their bishop, allowing me to take and getting this fork with my queen. And all of a sudden, we're back. So in this position now, I actually didn't realize this right at the start. You kind of saw me suddenly go, hang on. But so this side actually of the board is completely stuck. So after this trade, which I guess this was an okay move. After this trade, I think they actually should have just moved up, let me take, move in, and then I'm gonna start like running my stuff up here. But then they have two passes on the king side. And I don't know, I don't think I can get through the queen side fast enough. So I think in that position, I would have had to run all the way back to this side of the board to stop the pawn if I can. Um, and then I'd have to hope. So I think actually white could still be winning here. If they come here, then I go up, I guess, because if they check me, I can keep on going up. And the point would be I'm just bringing my pawns behind me, but they end up doing this, and I get my king out of the way of my other pawns. This is a bit of an uncomfortable move. I can't play a5 without my king being here, because then they just play a4 and I'm stuck. So back with the king, I think this might have been a better move, to be honest, but they might just be sitting in a Zugzwang kind of situation. Although, again, I think they could have tried this break. Maybe they had one chance for it. And here, I realize that their king can't clean this up fast enough. So I can come in, and if they protect, actually, I can just slowly create a passer. So whatever they're really doing, I'm going to play b5. They can take or not. Either way, I'll have two pawns here against this one. And then I can play c3, and I'll be making a pass on this side. And if they run their king over there, I'm going to take here. And then I'm going to take here. And then I'll probably be able to take this one. Although if I'm in doubt, I could always move back and then break this way, because once they take, my pawn can move faster than theirs can. Although I'd have to be really careful because I'd be sitting on the same file. Alright, let's run into the... So here, this is the Staunton... whatchamacallit wise? Yeah, there we go. I played e6, e5 is also a main move. I don't like the symmetrical though. Knight c6, knight f6, e5, not main move, slightly worse. This is what I was going to play. d4, I take the pawn. You take the pawn? Thought you would play this. Oh, sorry, I thought you would play here. Oh no, but your knight's hanging, sorry, what was I saying? If you played queen e2, I play queen c7. Here, queen b8, I got all that. And you still have to use d4, and I still get that pawn. Yeah, so this is kind of what I was seeing. I didn't see this check from far away, but I do now, and it's looking juicy. You have to move something back or move your king out of the way. King out of the way, then I can actually check you here. That's dangerous. d3. And mega royal fork. d3, and I let your queen here. Oh my, your queen's just stuck. Oh wow, they actually just traps your queen. So maybe your knight over, then I take the pawn, your bishop over, then I take the pawn, or I again mess with your queen. Okay, so that's what I was expecting, but then I mega blunder +4 immediately. Alright, has anyone made this blunder in the past? No, no one's made this blunder. This is just stupid. Alright, okay, we've gone through this. This is not engine lines. This is me trying to complicate the position as much as possible. And white is just clearly better the whole way, so I'm not going to be looking at this because they're just better. Whatever happens, they're better. And in this position, yeah, just moving out of the way, and it's plus a billion. But they take and they give me this equal position. All right. And here I made a mistake. Oh, actually, I had to start running my pawns immediately. So check here. This is still winning for them. What's better? I would have played f2. Up, king up, over. Okay, and this is just a draw. All right. Okay, so yeah, that is a draw because I can stop their pawns, they can stop my pawns, and then no one has any pawns. But they don't break because they're scared of the situation. Oh, my bad playing that. Oh, actually, both is okay. Hang on. So according to the engine, king b5 and b5 are great. So why are you telling me that it's a mistake once I played it? Anyway, alright, and now I'm just winning. Great c4, best move. If they played here, I was going to go up, yes. They can't go back. And I would just be, yeah, just dragging my pawns behind me. A3 instead, sweet, sweet, sweet. Yeah, and I'm just making a pass on the queen side. You can't stop me anymore. Can you believe it? Oh my goodness. Okay. I mean, this was a very fun exercise in calculation and in determination, and in, I think, activating the, I want to say crazy mindset, the aggressive mindset. We're down a piece. We're not a grandmaster playing, like some low level someone. I actually didn't know what my opponent's level was anyway. But we want to try and adjust to the situation. We can't let them just finish development and consolidate and just be up a piece. So we play actively, we play aggressively. And then luckily at the end, I think White just stopped focusing here, thinking they can just trade off everything, missing this trick. We were playing for tricks in that case, right? We have to catch our opponent in a blunder, in a fork, in a skewer, in a pin, in a pawn race we can win. And thankfully we got it. So yeah, not the game we wanted, but definitely a good exercise. That was very, very stimulating, I guess is the word. All right, thank you very much as always for joining. Good luck on your own road to chess, and yeah, see you next time. Keep on improving. Bye bye.